bricks. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making some Sunday dinner. On the menu we have stewed pork, rice and peas, plantains, and avocado. If you guys want to see how this full meal came together, then keep on watching. So that's the seasoned pork. I'm going to show you guys the list of ingredients that I used. As always, the measurements, ingredients, and everything is going to be in the description box below. So make sure you check that out. But doesn't this look so good? I'm going to allow it to marinate overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to cook it and show you guys the process. But it just smells so bomb, so I know it's going to be so good. So altogether, the pork is 3 pounds. I went ahead and added in some garlic salt, all-purpose seasoning, seasoned salt, and black pepper. These are the only dry seasonings that I use for it. I added in some browning. Right now I'm using the Caribbean Dreams Jamaican browning, because when I went to go buy browning, I didn't see Grace browning at the time because I love Grace browning usually, but this is actually not bad. And then last but not least, I have my dry spices and herbs. I have my thyme, I have pimento seeds, I have some scallion here, I have scotch bonnet pepper. I use about a half already in there. I have yellow bell pepper. This is literally the only little piece that I cut off from there, you can see. Also green bell pepper, just use a little piece as well, and red bell pepper lastly. So you know that Sunday dinner ain't complete without some rice and peas. So right here I have my peas soaking in water with some thyme, scallion, and pimento seeds. The only thing that's missing from this is some fresh garlic. I ran out of garlic and I forgot to buy some, so we're just gonna have to do it without. But usually these are all the ingredients that I add to my peas when soaking it overnight. I have my pork right here seasoned. It was in the fridge all night marinating. So now we're about to start cooking. So this is how the pork is looking. I had just took the half of scotch bonnet pepper that was left over and then just added it in because I'm probably gonna need more spice anyway, so I just put that right there on top. So once the pot is hot, I'm gonna just add in a little bit of oil, probably about 2 tablespoons total. You don't need a lot of oil for this part. So without adding the pepper, what I'm gonna do is just add everything else to the oil. So this is how the pork is looking right now. I'm just gonna cover it because once I cover it, it's gonna start steaming. It's gonna produce its own liquid to start cooking. So I'm just gonna cover this for about 20 minutes and then just allow it to start getting a little bit tender. And then after the first 20 minutes, I'm gonna come back and then just add some hot water to it and let it cook. So the pork has been cooking for 20 minutes now. Now it's time for me to add some water to it. Just gonna mix everything around really quickly. So I'm just adding in a little bit of hot water. About that much. Then I'm just gonna mix everything around. I could tell that it's already starting to get tender, but it's definitely not cooked through as yet. So we're just gonna cover it again and allow it to cook for another 20 minutes. Here are a few more ingredients that are going to be added in as we go along. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I use these ingredients, but these are also very important to this whole process. Here I have my 2 potatoes. I peeled it and cubed it, and then I have my ketchup with some brown sugar in here, and I have my ginger. So it's been another 20 minutes since the pork has been cooking. Now it's looking very, very tender. So I know it only has about another 10 minutes or so to cook. So I'm gonna add in my potatoes, my piece of ginger, and my ketchup and brown sugar. Now I'm just gonna combine everything. I would also add carrots to my stew pork, but I don't have any carrots at the moment. So we're just gonna be having potatoes today, but you could add carrots as well. Just gonna stick my fork through the pork to see how tender it is. So it's cooking nicely. I'm gonna cover it and allow it to cook down for another 10 minutes, like I said, and come back and see if it needs more time or not. So I think our pork is almost ready, if not ready yet. So it's been about another 10 minutes since everything has been cooking away. And the potatoes look as though they're cooked, but I'm gonna test everything to make sure, because we don't want nothing in here to be undercooked. So I'm gonna test the potatoes first. I'm gonna take my fork, and yep, potatoes just cut right through. Now I'm gonna test a piece of the pork to see if it's tender enough. Well, my fork just went right through it, but I'm gonna just taste it and see. Guys, I think we are good to go. Potatoes are cooked, pork is tender, everything is tasting delicious. I didn't need to add no more pepper because right now it's good, it's spicy enough for me. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and turn this off. And here we have the peas cooking, guys. The peas is also bubbling up. You see that color that is starting to form? That's exactly what we need, so our rice and peas could come out with some nice color. So I'm gonna allow this to continue cooking. I'm gonna cover it, and yeah, let's see how the peas is coming along. So it's cooking. It's cooking. But we're gonna need to add some water to this, because the water is kind of drying down a bit. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did for the pork. I'm gonna boil some water and add it to it. So guys, now I'm about to just add some water in here, like I said. Gonna add in my scotch bonnet pepper. I already washed it. Next, I'm adding in the coconut milk. Then I'm just gonna mix in everything all together. The peas is almost cooked through. I just tested one, and it just needs a little bit more cooking time. So I'm gonna cover this and let it just cook for another, like, say 15 minutes. So guys, the peas is completely cooked. So what I'm about to do now is just add in some seasonings, some dry seasonings, wash the rice and add it in. So what I'm gonna add in is some garlic salt with parsley, just a little bit. Next, I'm adding in some all-purpose seasoning. And lastly, I'm adding in some seasoned salt. I know people who add sugar to their rice and peas, but I don't do that. And it comes out just as great, but you could add a little bit of sugar at this point as well if you'd like. Now I'm just gonna add in my 1 tablespoon of butter. So I went ahead and washed my rice, so now I'm just adding it in. Once all the rice is in, just gonna combine everything. Once it starts drying, I'm gonna come back and turn it down and then fluff it a little bit and then allow it to finish cooking. So everything is drying right now. So I'm just mixing everything around because I'm gonna allow it to just dry down a bit more. Lower your heat and cover it. So the rice and peas should be finished drying by now. This is looking good, guys. So this is the finished rice and peas, guys. We'll go ahead and turn the stove off. This is completely optional, but you can't ever go wrong with sweet plantains. Rule of thumb when frying plantains is to monitor it, because as soon as you turn your back, these things start burning like nothing. So monitor it. You're literally gonna just fry it for maybe a minute or so on each side. Right now it's on medium to high heat. So I'm just gonna fry it, turn it over to the other side, and we done. So here we have everything, guys. We have our finished dinner. I have my stew pork, rice and peas, some avocado, and of course my sweet plantains. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.